Wow, this is crazy. 24 hours of silence, meditation, and reflection done in Bali for Nepi Day. Now, obviously, you don't need to do this, right? As a tourist, I could have partied at the pool all day, like many people did. Actually, people partied at the pool and they partied all night till about 12 o'clock last night, actually. So, yeah, but I sat in my room all bloody day. I came outside a little bit, but it was not easy because I couldn't use this light. I mean, I could, but I could. They say for Nepi Day that you should use. Hey, Em, how you going? That you should use your bedside light. Now, bedside lights don't give much light. Outside we go. I think we're going to go for a walk outside, to be honest. How are you, Em? It's just past 6 a.m. here in Bali. Oh, it's a cloudy day this morning. So, Em, I just finished 24 hours of total silence, meditation, and reflection. Hey, Deb, how you going? It's nice to see you, Deb. We should go knock on Paul's door, hey? So, Deb, I'm still here at that same hotel that Paul's at. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh. Hello. You're pretty. Oh. Hello. I'm not much of a cat lover. Is anyone a cat lover? I'm not hugely into cats. Oh, shit. That's a beautiful desert rose. Nicholas. Hello, Nick. Oh my God, this cat keeps on rubbing its legs up against me. Look at this cat. Hello, cat. Huh. Ah. Some lady's just feeding the cats. So guys, guess what? We did 24 hours of meditation, silence and reflection. Can you believe it? I didn't talk for 24 hours. So you know Dora's not going to shut up now, right? Look at this is so beautiful, this little Hindu temple. I love the doors. Like I'm stepping through to Nadia. It's so cool. It's so beautiful. Don't get fleas. I hope not. God, I don't want to get fleas. So they haven't done their offerings yet this morning. That's from yesterday. So I'm going to go outside. So yesterday, guys, this was all boarded off, so I couldn't go outside. So it's quite early here. I can sit here actually. It's quite early here in Bali. It's just 6:24 a.m. And wow, it feels so weird. Like, I don't know, guys. So if anyone's seen my post, my video, I challenged myself to do 24 hours of silence, reflection and meditation. In Bali, the 19th of March is Nepi Day here. Nepi Day is a day of silence for the Hindu religion. It's a day that everything closes down. The whole of Bali closes down. You're not allowed to go out of your house, you're not allowed to go out of your hotel. You're allowed to walk around your hotel as a tourist, so you don't have to participate. But I just thought it'd be a really good idea for me. I've been talking about meditation a lot. I've been talking about mental health a lot in my channel. Not that I have a mental health condition, but if we don't look after ourselves, you can end up with some mental health, conditions, right? And I don't know if you've watched me. I have an ADHD brain. I go from one thing to another thing to another thing, and yeah, before you know it, I'm 50. So I just had to recognise that maybe this would be a really good thing for me to do this, and I gotta say, it was really good. It was hard, I'm be honest. So part of this is you're not allowed to use social media. Hey Lala, how you going? I'm just talking about, Lala, how I just did 24 hours of silence and meditation and reflection here in Bali. The whole of Bali closes down. It's amazing thing. It's the only place in the world I've seen this ever do. And then again, I never didn't know about it till I came to Bali about this day. I've been to Bali a few times, but I've never ever been to Bali at this particular time of the year where they have this celebration. So yeah, it's very interesting. Can I just say that I fill a lot of my time up with social media. I'm going to be honest, I was very bored. I didn't make a video, but I did some filming. Obviously, I didn't do any talking in my video. But I tell you, I was thinking to myself when I was making the video, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be the boringest video I've ever made in my life, because all it was me was like sitting there like this. That was it. That's all I did all day. I did do some meditation. I did a lot of meditation actually, and I think that was really, really good for me. But yeah, I didn't look at social media. A few people sent me messages. I didn't listen to any messages. I didn't send any messages. I mean, I sent some text messages, very, very limited, only to my mum, to Diego. I think I sent one to Susan, just because, as a bare minimum, I didn't really want to communicate at all. I didn't come out of my hotel room much because I didn't really want to be rude and not talk to people. I felt really, really rude because obviously, I'm coming out of my room and there's people next door coming in and out of their room, and I just kind of like, I just didn't want to say, like I'm being silent or anything like that. Didn't have a badge that said, I'm being silent. But yeah, if I had to sum up 24 hours of not speaking and meditation and reflection, I think what comes most to mind for me is, look at this thing. Is that a bee? Holy shit. What is that? God. It's a bumblebee, I think. Shit, don't bite me, bumblebee. Okay. I think, see my distraction? I think really, mentally, I have some work to do. In my meditations, in my first meditation, I started crying. I think sometimes when you slow down and you're forced to slow down and you have nothing to do and no distractions, you have to face things that you maybe didn't want to face. And not that I have anything bad to face, but I lost my father. Like many people have lost their parents, right? Or parent. My dad was one of my favourite people in the world, and he died nearly 9 years ago now. And maybe there's some unfinished business I haven't dealt with because I'm too busy being busy, right? And, you know, this is the first time in my whole life that I've ever had a complete day of silence. So it makes sense that I think of my dad, right? So, yeah, I think that is the one thing I've realised about doing this 24 hours of silence is that I have some work to do, and maybe it means that maybe I might even need to go get some professional help. It can't hurt, right? Just because maybe there's some traits or some things that I'm doing subconsciously that I don't even know I'm doing because of my father. Not because of my father, but because I've lost my father. So yeah, anyway, that's something that came through from yesterday. So that's not a bad thing. So this is, guys, this is the rubbish collectors, guys. I think. Yep. So it's raining here in Bali. Not a bad thing. Kind of feels nice to, you know, rain is a nice way of making everything clean again, right? Because in such a hot country, when you have a bit of rain, it kind of cools it down a bit, right? And cleans it a bit. But I want to say, I want to go back to my room. Oh shit! Whoops! Oh, run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest, run! Run, Forrest, run! It's raining. It is really raining. Meow. Meow. They got ready. This is breakfast. I haven't paid for breakfast. I could pay for breakfast one morning. So they make you scrambled eggs or eggs. Looks like jelly or something. Fruit, pineapple, watermelon, papaya. And then they have different kinds of food in here. Oh, toast. Potatoes, looks like. Noodles or something. It's like soups. I won't show you where Paul's room is, but I've walked past it and he's not awake. Paul likes to sleep in the mornings. So we're talking about Paul D. Australia. So it's interesting, just basically just like that, everything kind of opens up again, right? Right, back to my room. So that's really all I wanted to talk about today, guys. It was just that literally I did 24 hours of silence and it was amazing. And yeah, some good shit happened. And will I recommend it? Yeah, I would actually. I actually think, I read something that, actually hold on guys, I'm gonna, give me a second, find some more water. I have a jug down here. Give me a second. Let me just put some water in the jug so I can have a cup of tea. much water in there? Hold on, give me a second. Yeah, maybe I need to put some more water in there. Okay. Yeah, would I recommend this? Interesting. They say, well, when I say they say, there's a couple of different pages for Bali, like Bali expats and stuff like that. Not that I'm living in Bali or anything like that, but things that come up on my Facebook. And before the 24 hours started, I saw, actually, I'll put it on the screen, guys. So let me just show you. Oh, where is it? Let me just find this picture. There we go. Bali, silence. Shh, silence day. Sorry, we're closed. And have a read of that, guys. I don't know, I could just... Can I read that? Let me just... Where's my glasses, guys? Where's my glasses? I need glasses, otherwise I can't bloody read. It's too light in here. Oh, here we go. We're right in front of me. Okay, what does this say? No traffic, no noise, no flights, no lights, just silence. And the prayers to the world. Nepi reminds us to sometimes the most powerful thing humanity can do is simply stop, breathe, and let the earth rest. Maybe the world doesn't need more something. Maybe the world needs more silence. Happy Nepi Day from Bali. So obviously, you know, there's stuff going around in the world right now. And, you know, maybe we do. Maybe if the world stopped fighting, you know, and we had more silence and meditation and reflection, maybe we wouldn't have the things that are happening right now in the world. Hey, Teacher Kelly Tag, how are you going? Welcome in. I'm just talking about how I just finished a 24-hour silence, meditation and reflection here in Bali for Nepi Day. You don't have to celebrate this, but I chose to celebrate it. I just thought it would be really good for me mentally to have some silence in my life and not use social media. And I tell you, it was not good, not easy. And it actually just reminds me also that maybe I let social media, i.e. YouTube, too much into my life, that maybe it would be really good to once a week even have a day of no social media. Love to know in the chat, you know, do you practice a day of no social media? Like, for example, I don't use Facebook very much, but I realise I do look at social media quite a lot. Like, I just kind of tap on it and just scroll, right? Doom scroll. Because we're bored, like you're sitting on, this is a graphic, guys, but you know, you're sitting on the toilet. I'm gonna be honest, most people use their phone when they're sitting on the toilet, guys. It's disgusting, I know, but I'm just gonna be disgusting and tell you about it because I know that half of you guys do it too. You know, we can't do anything. Like if we're eating, sounds gross, we're just sat on the toilet, now we're eating with our phone. That's why it's gross, that's why it's gross. That's why you should clean your phone a lot, guys, just saying. But like I noticed, you know, even when I'm eating, I sit the phone up and I'm watching something. You know, I'm doing a live or I'm, you know, watching some show. So, you know, yesterday, sitting there, this is what I ate yesterday, guys. So I'm very, very hungry. I need to go have some breakfast this morning, actually, a proper breakfast. This is what I ate yesterday, guys. I ate 2-minute noodles. I ate 2-minute noodles, I ate some fruit, which we're about to do in a second. We're going to pull out some fruit. But actually, before we do that, I'm going to have my green juice. My green juice, you know how at home, I have my green powder. So it's called, I get a big packet of it. I think, Nicholas, you got some of this too. You can get travel packs. I'm going to say they're very expensive, these travel packs, but I'm worth it, right? Because I figure when you travel, you don't eat properly. Like, for example, yesterday, I ate no meat yesterday Not by purpose. I ate no protein yesterday either. Not by purpose. It's just because the circumstances of it, right? So let me just do that. I figured out a really good way to get this done without having it go everywhere. Shove it in there. I have ended up in the last week with it all over the floor and everywhere. That is the easiest way to do this, guys. It took me a week to figure that out, guys. All right, let me put some water in it. Not sponsored, guys. I'd love to be sponsored by them. Can you imagine? I love that stuff. It's called, what's it called? Vital. Oh my God. Vital, all in one. 78 nutrients and stuff, yeah. I just believe, like, I love growing my own food, like fruit and veg, but, you know, we don't get enough, right? And we don't get enough nutrients because a lot of the time the soil is eroded of all the good stuff. And then we shake, rattle and roll. And what does Debbie Sue say? She says, twist and shout like you did last summer. Twist and shout. God, I always forget the one that Debbie Sue says. Shake your booty, shake your body. It's not that one. Shake, 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 shake your booty. So there's method to it. So still see, so down there. I need to shake it up a bit more. Shake, 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 shake. A little bit left. Shake, 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 shake. No, Debbie Sue her husband had a small operation, and obviously Debbie Sue is already recovering still too. So she said that the month of March she would not be as around as much as she usually is because, yeah, her husband's normally looking after her, so she's looking after her husband, he's looking after her. Yeah, so that's why. So she's not around much. I'll send her an email actually and just touch base with her and see how she is actually. Okay, Lala's got here. I did cut once for YouTube. I deleted the app for a few days. And how did you feel? So, I'm going to be honest. I think I'm actually going to do, I don't think I'm going to go as far as extent to have a silent day every week. I don't think that's realistic, right? But, you know, maybe once a month it might be really good to do, you know, from 6 a.m. Saturday night, 6 a.m. Sunday morning to 6 a.m. Monday morning. You know, on Sundays, you know, that's more a day of relaxation, right? Well, for me personally in Australia, Sunday's more of that kind of day. Yeah, I could do that. I could still go for a walk. You know, at home, Diego would respect the fact that I'm not talking. The chickens won't talk to me. Yeah, it could work. I don't know. I just think, you know, these kind of practices, there's a reason for things to happen. That was another reflection on yesterday. Obviously, I came to Bali to catch up with Paul D. Australia. Now, some people would be like, why are you going to catch up with a random stranger, right? Like, you know, who is he to you that you are going all the way to Bali to go catch up with him? I mean, obviously, I didn't just come to Bali to catch up with Paul. I came to also, it was an excuse to come to Bali, right? And also Jazz was going to come too, and Nicola. That didn't happen. But, you know, the timing of this was not wonderful. At home, you know, there's a lot of stuff happening at home with the house. And I do feel a little bit bad that I have left Diego in the shit, so to speak, with the house and all the renovations and stuff like that. Not that I can do a lot of that stuff, but, you know, he's stressed and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it'd be nice to come home and I actually, you know, have cooked dinner or something like that and be a good wife. Not that I'm a wife, but you know what I'm saying. But, you know, I just kind of went, you know what, I've got to go. And I actually think somewhere in this world, I needed to be here for that day. I needed to have a day of silence. I needed to reflect. I needed to realize that there's some work to be done for me personally around my dad and losing him. I think I also needed to acknowledge that I use social media way too much. Like, when you're eating dinner or you're having lunch or something like that, you do not need to use social media. You could just concentrate on your dinner. Like I said yesterday, earlier, I did a couple of videos of yesterday of the 24 hours, of silence. And I was thinking to myself, oh my God, this is the most boringest video you've ever seen in your life. Because it's just me sitting there like this. I'm just literally sitting there staring into space going, because I'd had nothing to do, right? So, yeah, it was very interesting. But as I said, I was having something to eat, my noodles. And ordinarily, I'm here by myself. If I was having dinner with Diego, I'd be talking to Diego, right? But I'm sitting here by myself. I'd, eat my noodles. I could have been watching, something on YouTube, watching jazz or my friend Kathleen or something like that, But obviously, again, no social media. I just sat there eating my noodles. Noodles taste not bad, right? 2-minute noodles. Not great foods, right? Julia Roberts, eat, pray, love. Yes, eat, pray, love, or eat, repeat, rave, isn't it? Eat, repeat, rave. Always have to bring it back to raving, right? Shansta, hello Shansta, how you going? Hi mate. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Thank you very much. I know. Can you believe it? Mate, next is you, mate. Can you imagine you? I want you to come to Bali because I know you're going to come to Bali next, right? Because you will. You'll love Bali and I'll meet up with you. But let's do it next year. Let's do it next year for Nepi Day again. I'd love to come back next year and do this again. Let's do it. Next year, Nepi Day. And Shansta, 24 hours of silence for you, matey. So Shannon, my reflection of yesterday was very hard. It was very boring. 24 hours of no social media, very boring. Honestly, it would have been much easier to do 24 hours of silence if I could just watch YouTube. But then where's the challenge in that, right? That would be awesome. I don't know if I could do that laugh. Well, I think it's easier to do if you're in a hotel room by yourself. You've got no one to talk to, right? So, and if the world around you is also kind of somewhat aligned to doing that, then it makes it easier, right? So, I came outside my door. I mean, the people next door, I could hear them talking. So I just smiled at them. I didn't say hello, I just smiled. But yeah, I purposely didn't go downstairs to the bar because there was lots of people in the bar and restaurant. I didn't go down to see Paul. But Paul knew that I was doing this, so he respects that. And he talked to me, doesn't mean I'm going to talk back to him, right? But yeah, as I said, the big thing for me, because I did lots of meditation yesterday. Again, you don't need to do any of this, but I figure, if I'm going to experience Nepi Day, it's silence, so hence why I didn't talk. And I didn't use the lights. So they say don't use the lights, use a bedside table light. So that is very hard to see. So I feel like my eyes are adjusting again today, which was really, really good for my eyes. And also reflection and meditation. So I did a crap load of meditations yesterday. So my friend, Meditation with Marie, I did 10 meditations yesterday. And breath work, and I even did it this morning. So this morning I woke up about 5:30 and I thought, guess what? half an hour left for silence day. Let's do some meditation. So I did 2 meditations this morning too. So yeah, it was really good for me. I mean, I love meditation. I think I need to do more of it in my daily life. I go through periods of, being really, really good. And, every morning do a 10-minute meditation, then reading 10 pages of a book. I haven't been doing that since I moved into the caravan because my light has not been very good in, the caravan where I'm sleeping. So I did bring a book with me, but I haven't read any of it. But being that Nepi Day, they say there's no entertainment, I thought reading a book is like entertainment, so I didn't read the book. I think that is Lauren. Hey Lauren, how you going? Just talking about how I did the 24-hour silence for here in Bali for Nepi Day, and just my findings on, being silent for a day, which was quite interesting. You'll go to Bali too, Nicholas? God, we could have a whole convention next year. We could all go to Bali and all do a day of silence together. Imagine that. How powerful would that be? And, I think it is really powerful if the world could all do this. Can you imagine for one day the world shut down? I mean, it sounds impossible that Bali shuts down, right? The airports close, everything closes. It's amazing. I think it's an amazing, amazing thing, and I'm so grateful. That's what I was talking about. I got sidetracked, sorry. I find it really, this is a reflection that came through yesterday, because I couldn't use social media, and I had to think, right? Because all this time of not distracting with the phone, you do actually have to think. And with the meditation, there's a huge reflection that comes through. I just talked about how the first meditation of my day, I started crying. And that came through about my father. My father's been passed away now for 8 years, and I guess I've never had the time to sit down and completely think. I'm always distracted. I've always got a phone in front of me. I've always got someone to talk to. I talk to myself all day. I haven't really completely addressed that. So yeah, maybe I need to do some more work around that. Maybe I might even go see a counsellor about that. So that's what came through about that. But also what came through is that I needed to be here. I found it really strange that I was coming to Bali to meet up with, a YouTube friend that I've never met before, who goes to another country to meet up with a YouTube friend? Like, come on, who does that? Dora does. And Dora will do it again, that. But, the timing of it, like, as I said, we're in big renovations at home. It's a bit stressful at home. I personally looked at it as a time to get away because it was so stressful. But, it's not a very good thing for me to do for Diego, my relationship, right? To leave him in the shit, so to speak. But I did it anyway. And I think unintentionally, I didn't even know this day existed in the world, right? I needed to be here. I know this is very woohoo, but sometimes things happen for reasons, and yeah, and I had to be here for this day. And I think it's a reminder to myself that I need to do this more silence and more meditation and more reflection in my life, less social media in my life. I'm not saying that I'm going to be less on YouTube, guys. I love YouTube, but I don't need to do it every day. I could have a day of no YouTube. It'd probably be really good for me mentally. Very good for me day. We could learn to sign language. We could, hey. Would that be cheating? No, because you're not talking. Be like, let's go to the bar and have a drink. No, that's cheating. So everyone's saying hello, hello, hello. Yeah, so anyway, all in all, it was a very positive positive day. And yeah, things happen for reasons, and I'm glad it happened. And yeah, I feel better for it. I feel lighter for it. You know, the fact that I'm starving too. I need to drink the rest of this actually, because I am planning to go have some kind of breakfast. Like I need bacon and eggs, toast. Oh, yeah. Something like I need protein. I need carbs. Is it still raining outside? Oh, God. Oh. Hey, Deb, what am I going to do today? Well, I have to meet up with Paul. We've got to organise to pay for something we're going to do tomorrow. We're going to go, it's like diving, but not diving. So apparently you go out to the ocean, they put a helmet over your head that blows gas into it or oxygen into it, and then you're able to walk down a ladder onto the floor of the oh my God, I'm going to talk about the floor of the ocean, and just walk along the water, walk along the seabed. So we call it aqua head or aqua men or something. I don't know. That's what we're going to do. I mean, I have a dive ticket, but personally, I don't think I really want to go diving in Bali. Bali's not really known for diving. A couple of islands over, Flores, and there's a couple of other islands that are known for diving, so I want to go diving there. So yes, I'm going to organise that. Paul has some friends that have turned up. So Paul talks about, well, he's talked to me about in the chat, when we do lives, he talks about how, he goes walking, twice a day, and he's on his island back in Phillip Island, and he goes and has coffee. Well, one of the ladies that he buys coffee off, he's been telling her about Bali, because he loves going to Bali. So she came with her mother. So she's just turned up, I think, Wednesday. So she reached out to Paul and said, hey, let's catch up for coffee. So they're going to catch up today. I don't know. I don't drink coffee, guys. I might catch up with them this morning, but they're going to come with us to the sea walk. So that'll be good. But to be honest today, I just want to go for a long walk and end up somewhere random. Probably have another coconut. I love coconut. Oh my God. Did you see the size of my coconut the other day? You don't drink coffee either? Yeah, I'm not a fan of coffee. Oh, that was good. That was very good. Oh. That was very, 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 very good. Okay, now we can have a cup of tea. Of course, I brought some tea bags from home, guys. Madura tea. I love Madura tea. Go support local if you can. That's made at Byron Bay. I love a cup of tea in the morning. So let's go outside and have a cup of tea. I'm going to have some fruit. Now, where are we going to have some tea? Where are we going to have some breakfast? So, hold on. Let me just get my tea right. Okay. All right. All right. So let's have some papaya, dragon fruit, pineapple, some yogurt. So we're going to have a few breakfasts today, guys. We're going to have lunch. We're going to have yogurt and fruit for breakfast. And then later on we'll go out and have some more lunch. Some brunch, let's say. Let's just carry this out. Okay, we'll move that away. Oh, there's a cat. Cat. Whoa. So it looks like it stopped raining, which is good. It's all going out and about, like the bikes going, people walking on the streets. Right. I should have probably cleaned this table before I used it, but anyway, there's ash all over it. I'll have a cup of tea first. No, this is not my balcony. This is like a communal balcony. Oh, can I just say, your first cup of tea a day, oh, so good. So good, so good. All right. Let's see if we get this going now. Aren't these the cutest little things? This is yogurt with blueberries. This cost about $1.10 Australian from the corner shop. Great little size, right? And yes, I'm using a fork because I use this for my noodles. Yogurt's got some probiotics in it, so that's good for you when you're travelling and eating different foods. All right. So these cost different prices. Again, I got these from the corner shop too, literally across the road. These cost anywhere from about $1.50 to $1.70 Australian. They come like this, and then they come with a little pick on there, so you can pick off, pick at your food, your fruit. Dragon fruit. I don't know, something amazing about dragon fruit. I think it's the colour. Yum. Just fighting this. Oh, there we go. Papaya. Oh, whoops. Red papaya. Red papaya is supposed to be really good for you. So that's pawpaw, guys. Really good for you. I don't know what it actually does for you, but it's supposed to be really good for you. And it tastes amazing. I could eat the whole thing. I am a fruit monster. They last a couple of days too, so I think it's really good value to buy some of those and put them in the fridge. Some pineapple. Ordinarily, I love pineapple, but I think I'm now full from all the fruit. I'm just looking in front of me, and there's a frangipani. Frangipani? Is it frangipani? Frangipani. Guys, is this a frangipani? Let me just show you. Frangipani. I think it's a frangipani. I think they've got a different colour one there too. They got the white one's traditionally quite a popular one. And they've got a pink one in front of me too. That's quite nice. See you, Shannon. Have a good day, mate. And we have Peter. Hey, Peter, how you going? Oh, Peter. Peter, pumpkin eater. I haven't seen, actually, I have seen a couple of your messages. So, Peter, I have done a day of reflection, no talking at all. And I did see this morning, so I haven't also looked at social media for a day. And after 6 o'clock this morning, I turned on my YouTube and I saw a barrage of comments from Peter. Peter's from the UK, and I saw you laughing at my dancing. I laugh at my dancing too. So guys, welcome in Peter. Peter is new to our chat. He's from the UK. Let's not hold that against him. He has a very warped sense of humour. So as a moderator, please do not get rid of him from the chat, guys. He's just being funny. Be interesting to hear how Paul went yesterday, because I think he was down by the pool yesterday getting drunk with all the other people in the pool. And so, as I said, not everyone celebrates Neppy Day like I did. Like, you know, you don't have to, as a tourist, you don't need to do the meditation and the silence and the reflection. So you can walk around your hotel. So the pool was open, the bar was open. They were drinking till like 12 o'clock last night. There was a lot of stuff happening last night here. So I know Paul would have been hitting the bar yesterday. I have a feeling that he would hit the bar, and I reckon he went to bed early because I reckon he started drinking early. Just my guess, guys, just my guess. What's everyone's guesses? We have someone in the chat. Is that the first time you noticed that? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, someone just ignore the other person in the chat. I don't normally get rid of trolls. I just think they're, you know, whatever. Troll's a troll, right? They want to, you know, give shit to someone in the chat. You know, that's their prerogative. But I don't think Peter cares, so it'll just go over Peter's head. Did you give Paul a a dress back. What? Oh, his dress bag. I think open-minded is more appropriate. You're open-minded. Okay. Water off a duck's back. Exactly right. Exactly right. Yeah. So, I mean, people can get rid of people. I don't really care. I know Nicholas does that a lot. But as I said, I don't particularly care. I mean, you can say I've got 4 eyes, 3 eyes. I don't really give a shit, to be honest. You know, if someone wants to be a keyboard warrior from behind a keyboard and say nasty things about me or people in the chat, it kind of more reflects about them, not about us, you know. So, as I said, I don't really care. I'm too laid back. Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Exactly. That's why I don't care either. But yeah, I think that's the end of the rain, which is lovely. So we're doing a weather report, guys. Weather report from Bali. We have a bit of cloud. It is a bit grey, but I think we have bits of blue, guys. Bits of blue. Bits of blue. So I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. I actually might go for a walk after this, down to the beach, and do a bit of exercise, and then I might go have breakfast somewhere, actually, I think. Brunch. Why not? I'm on holidays. I can have brunch. Let's have the rest of this. I think that's the good thing about having holidays, right, is you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, right? If you want to have 3 breakfasts, you can have 3 breakfasts. So it's very, very interesting, guys. I'm watching a whole lot of people. They're like getting ready for the day ahead. They're cleaning down the street, washing all the things at the front of the house, like front of the shop. So there's a lot of pride in the Balinese people, in their presentation of their shops. You know, they're making it all clean, and yeah, I think that's really nice. I would say Paul would be awake soon. Are you there, Paul? Calling Paul. Paul, are you there? Sometimes Paul's watching and he doesn't like to respond just because he doesn't want to get caught up in the chatter. Paul, Peter's here. Peter wants to say hello. I hope you will protect me when I'm needed. I think you can protect yourself, Peter. I hope the tide hasn't washed Paul away. He's been neck deep for a few days now. I think he was neck deep yesterday in a beer or 2 or 3. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to find out about that later. Okay, the problem about using a fork for your yogurt is when you get down to the bottom, you can't actually get it out. These are first world problems. I could use my finger, but no, I won't use my finger. That wasn't a bad first breakfast, guys. Well, guys, on that note, I think I'm going to go and, get ready for the day ahead. And, yeah, I might come back in a little while from the beach and show you the beach this morning. Yeah, I think I'll do that, guys. Maybe Paul's been arrested for wearing a grass skirt and a coconut bra. I'd pay for that. All right, guys, I'm going to go. See you later.